Oh yeah, we're so back. Hey, I'm Derek. I used to make animations using characters from a game called MapleStory. So I haven't been around in a while, but Nexon's kind of pulling me back with this new thing called the MapleStory Worlds. So far, things are a little rough around the edges. It's not for everybody as it is right now, but I think it has a lot of potential, and I'm pretty excited to just talk about it. And you're good to skip ahead in the video if you already know a bunch of things about it, but to catch everyone up who isn't, MapleStory Worlds is a new game from Nexon where the concept is like MapleStory meets Roblox. And if you don't know really what Roblox is, so it's a separate game entirely from MapleStory. You go into Worlds and there's 3 different sections. You can play various different worlds that are actually created by other players, users, creators. And then you have an avatar section where you can, change how your character looks, which I had a ton of fun with. And you also have the create section where you can make your own Maple games servers, which are known as worlds. And yeah, that's like really just the high level of it. It's pretty easy to install once you get all your accounts set up. Like, who's this for? You heard Roblox and you're like, what? So I think it's interesting and maybe helpful to look at this through the lens of what I assume Nexon's perspective is on it. And if their MapleStory demographics look anything like my own Sprite Fan 2 demographic, Nexon wants to expand their market and profits, so they're looking at other successful games and thinking, yo, yeah, let's get in on that. But when they dropped the creator, the Maplers made what the people want. Classic old school MapleStory. Like this explains it perfectly.
To design any server you want, your only limit is your imagination. What kind you make there for yourself, Chris?
Plain.
Plain? What do you mean plain?
It's a plain server. That's how I like them.
That's not a server, that's just old Maple.
But it tastes good like this.
It's not supposed to taste good, it's supposed to look crazy. What the hell are you doing?
So, while this is mostly a joke, I do believe that the strategy was to skew younger and whiter and hit like new genres and new types of experiences, but I'm sure Nexon is happy that they're reactivating the old user base. I want to share you guys my experience with the Roblox-like games, since I actually had a lot more fun with it than I expected.
Yo, Death is trolling, bro. She's trolling. Oh my god. What the? I'm stuck. I'm legit stuck. So cooking.
You gotta get up your back.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wait,
who's throwing that? Y'all throwing that down?
You're gonna push her off.
No. Yo, push the next. Yo, push me out. Oh,
wait, keep going. No, you jump.
Oh, wait, I died too. What the?
Hop and weave. No, I didn't
Hop
want
and
that.
weave.
Wait, no. Okay. Just gotta dodge.
Well, guys, I may be cooked.
I got cooked at the very end. Oh, you're a shrimp. Yuck!
Oh, dude, look how ugly I am.
You're not looking too good. So the multiplayer games that are available, we really enjoyed Surviving Maple and Style Star. One is multiple rounds of trying to avoid and survive various different hazards, and the other is a dress-up competition where you have to try to form your outfits each round and collect the most votes. Then outside of the Korean-made games, people here in America only had time to make social vibe hangout spaces since there's quite a bit of a learning curve with creating games on the platform. So there was a really quick recreation of Hennessy's Hunting Ground 1 that people were vibing in. Also, someone made Maya's house, which... Wait. Who is this? This is not Maya. I am taking it upon myself to fix this. Hold up. Okay, this is much better. We even got strangers in here finding love, just like the good old days. Or kinda, I think. Also in the avatar creator, Nexon provides plenty of outfits for free. I was able to make my old character without any cost. There's some paid options, and then also creators like me can upload things for everybody to wear. In general, I had the most fun with the multiplayer and social hangout experiences. There's also a lot of single player games on there. For me, the most surreal experience was seeing my Sprite Fan 2 character in all these different genres. And I think I might be like the only person who has had their NX outfit as part of their internet identity for the past 17 years. So I'm unsure if anyone else will feel that as much as I do. But yeah, no, I think it's interesting fun. I think, yeah, I'll gravitate more towards the multiplayer games, but of the solo stuff, I did enjoy Maple Soul Hero and the Maple Heroes Idol game. But okay, we got the Roblox out of the way. Let's talk about OSMS, Mapleland, and Artale. So, in my last video, I mentioned a server called Mapleland, which has gotten extremely popular over in Korea, and then people over here have been getting excited about it too, even though it wasn't confirmed a release here. So when Worlds came out, reality sunk for those people and Mapleland was region locked to be Korea only. Except people found a workaround to get in, and they were flooding in, and the Mapleland devs were not ready for it. So their reaction was to shut down their servers, which also impacted all the players in Korea, and they rolled back all the account creation that occurred from the soft launch. Now we're indefinitely locked out, and Korea hates us for being annoying. Which I'm kind of joking. Since then, they made a statement that they have a lot more patches and work to do on the Korean version itself. That's what they wish to prioritize on for the time being. They're looking at this as a soft launch in America and not a full global launch for MapleStory Worlds. They want to take more time before they do the port. So Mapleland was our most promising opportunity to play classic MapleStory on Worlds. So what do we have now? Well, I got some news on the future, but in the present, we have Artale, a Korean-made server that pulled off to be ready in our soft launch window. And you may see some mixed reactions to this because it doesn't have the polish of Mapleland's. But yeah, between Mapleland locking people out and Artale not hitting gamer expectations, things felt like it was on fire for a moment. But, you know, it's settled down now and Artale is still an enjoyable experience. You'll be able to grind, explore, and progress as you remember. I'm enjoying it and there's a whole slew of players that are also having a great time with it. So while I think some of the negative reaction was dramatic, MapleStory is a huge time investment, so I understand the players who say Artale isn't for them and they'd rather wait for Mapleland or something else to come along. But as of the upload of this video, Artale is the most official way to re-experience the old Maple. That's where we're at now, but what I'm personally the most excited about is its future. Now that we have access in this soft launch period, I hope we'll see some new devs really pop off with creation. However, I recognize it might take a while until the platform is robust with engaging games to play, so I hope Nexon doesn't give up on the platform early and we'll keep getting support from them to keep this going. For the people that only care about old school MapleStory, if I were to speculate, I'm guessing we'll see something else, besides Artale, sometime between spring and fall of next year, 2025, which I know that sounds like a long time, but let me show you how the game works when you start a new project. So it's very bare bones. It doesn't behave like classic Maple. It takes a lot of manual work from the ground up to get things running in the old school style. And, I think I would need to give a technical overview in a different video to get deeper into it. However, even with all that friction and all that work it takes, Mapleland has proven that a remake in Maple Worlds is possible. Besides that, I do enjoy how other genres are possible. I really did enjoy those multiplayer games I mentioned earlier, so yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, no one really knows when things will come, but to give some quick shout outs to creators I think are worth watching out for. First up is Noodle Code. They're a team of 2 who started a month ago with the Korean client before launch. In their Discord server, they have a devlog channel showcasing their progress and patch notes for development, and it's been really educational in understanding the amount of work that goes into developing for this platform. They still have a long way to go, but they've also started a great community for creators to connect and support each other. Next is Chillin'. He's been developing solo and has gotten an even bigger head start over a year ago. His uploads on his channel also show off progression and the amount of work it takes to do this, and what he's done is looking really awesome. I actually reached out because I didn't know too much, and he shared with me his plans if you wish to pause the video for the juicy details. But the TLDR is that there's no timeline or dates for actual release, but there will be a limited alpha testing before the end of this year, which is pretty exciting. And then my last shout out goes to Maple creator, one of the OGs, Cham. You guys remember Cham World? Within this first weekend, he's already gotten custom cameras and narrative sequencing implemented with a bunch of NPC stuff. Less so of a classic OSMS server, but more of a hangout mini game zone that he's cooking up. And if I missed anyone else promising, join my Discord server. I just don't know that you exist yet, but I'd love to keep making videos and talk about, what's coming to the platform. So all in all, I hope I expressed what's going on with all this stuff. I like what Maple Worlds has to offer and I see its potential. Some early stuff is a bit scuffed right now, to me especially UI and translations, but people should really view this as an early access since it's a soft launch. Nexon has also been responding and supportive to creators in their official Discord server, so optimistically, I hope that things will just get better and better for us. I would say for this soft launch, it's almost a little bit more about creators getting familiar with the engine and making things for it versus it being completely ready to go product for the players to be playing in. So even if you don't jump in right away, I think it's worth keeping an eye on and seeing how things go because it might get a lot better down the line. And yeah, if you stuck around this long, please subscribe. I was not expecting such a positive reaction on my last video. I am pretty jazzed about all this MS World stuff. So I plan to keep making videos on MapleStory Worlds. I want my channel to be a place with some pretty high quality videos for both players and creators. I'll give some news when there's new games to look forward to, and for creators, I'll start putting out some tutorials. I'd love to make one about how I made my KFC bucket. And also last thing, I'm trying to remember how to do YouTube again. It's kind of been a while and this video took me a long time to edit, and I don't really know how to sign off yet, but thank you, like it, comment,